Alrighty then. Well, welcome back to Dragon of Ice Spire Peak. As quick recap, you all went to a lighthouse last session and had a party with lots of lights and flashingness. Um, Maybe an uninvited guest named Death, but ultimately came out. I'll say very scathed and beaten,
Electrified.
and a level higher. You all acquired some loot from a crab and some loot from the dwarves that needs to be split, and you believe that there are two more wrecks that uh, could be delved down to, assuming sharks are willing or you are willing to deal with sharks.
Um, is it currently low tide? Because I know we rested for like 8 hours, so.
I'm going to assume that you all rested, took the night off, and awoke, and we'll say that it is back to low tide just for the sake of doing things, if that is what you would like to do.
I'm all for jumping in and going to get more of that stuff. We're going to need funds anyway at some point, and this is a good way to do it.
Well, do you need me to go in with you, or is this something you can handle?
Yes.
Well,
Can you not swim?
no, I can swim. It's just a preference of diving with sharks is not as attractive for me as it may be for others.
The sharks are probably less dangerous than the undead monstrosity of Talos that we just dealt with and nearly kissed our asses goodbye with.
Yes, but they're so big.
They are 15 feet in length.
Just
See,
needs
this thing couldn't have eaten me, but those can. So you can see where it may be a bit different.
I looked at Thorn. Thorn, you want to try shark?
Thorn is already in the water.
There we go. Perfect.
She's not like super far away, but I feel like she's like close enough, or far out enough that she's able to like not quite touch the bottom, and she's just like swimming around in circles. But it is a full on like gator swim. Like her little arms are clasped to her sides, and she's just snaking her way through the water in circles. And she looks over and hears wow, my brain just completely shut off. Lionel. I wanted to call him Reginald. Here's Lionel ask her that, and she just kind of like stops and she looks at him, and it's just her eyes and like the tip of her nose above water, and she goes on the top of the water. Thorn is a shark.
See, I already have a mini shark to conquer your fears with. Perfect.
Well, how about you go for that one over there, and I'll supervise.
You're not gonna get in that water, are you?
The likelihood is pretty low, yes.
Dazzlin, Norbus, you don't have anything to help our friend, do you? Or would you come along with us to make this easier?
We'd be pretty useless, honestly. We've spent all of our spearfishing ammunition, so and we did it last night. It's y'all's turn.
Great. 3 supervisors. All right, Thorn, let's go. and I will start to walk out into the water towards one of the shipwrecks that was not cleaned out already.
All right, let's see here.
I just want you to know that Reginald will be standing on the dock looking over the water like the concerned parent with like the arms like, crossed in front of him. Like peering to look, but like that's all I want to be involved with.
So the
God, this wish I
dwarves
that I had a bard.
went to the southwest of this map that you all are currently on.
I
All we see is the pocket of the room that we were in before, because that's all the lighting shows us.
Oh, right.
So we have to
Shit.
go outside.
Where the fuck is Thorn? Why?
Thorn's in the lighthouse.
Never mind.
Lost in the lighthouse forever.
Because Thorn ran upstairs and went to stab the heart.
Became one.
Thorn shot the heart. Okay.
Stabbed with a projectile.
Yeah, it was still technically pierced and stabbed.
One with the lighthouse, one with the crew. One with the lighthouse, one with the crew.
Well, you have 2 wrecks to investigate. You believe that the crab investigated this one, north of you guys. You know that the dwarves investigated 2 to the southwest, which leaves this one and this one. The water is about 20 feet deep.
Okay.
So diving will have to be done across, we'll say, what is a turn? 7 seconds?
Yeah, about 6.
So we will say, how long can the average person hold their breath?
There's actual rulings for like
and
that
there
kind of
are
thing, I think.
for holding your breath too. Yeah.
Are there?
Yep. It's like a constitution check every X amount of turns, or at the end of every turn or something.
It's possible to become exhausted, blah, blah, blah. Constitution saving throw, DC 10 for each hour spent swimming. I know there's a breath related ruling in here somewhere. Holding your breath can last 1 plus con modifier in minutes, not rounds.
Ooh.
When you can't hold your breath anymore, you begin to suffocate. Suffocating means you drop to 0 hit points and begin dying if you don't reach air in number of rounds, not minutes, equal to your con modifier. So we can hold our breath for 1 plus con modifier.
Minutes.
In minutes.
Which is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And swim speed, if I remember right, is half of normal movement speed.
I believe so, yes. Unless you have something specific to your character for that, which I don't think any of us do.
No, none of you do. So you are currently 80-ish feet up on this cliff. You could slide down. There are plenty of handholds and footholds. However, it is slick and slippery. So if you would like to descend, you may do so. As a friendly reminder, you all also have a single water breathing potion.
My con modifier is probably higher than yours, so.
I was gonna say, what is your con modifier?
+3.
It's the same as mine.
We could rollies for it.
Sure.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. Let's do this.
Right, it's all yours.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it. And I have to look up potion of water breathing.
I'm kind of mad that we both rolled so low.
I mean, I rolled average
Get him out of the way now.
And breathe underwater for
for
1
an
hour.
hour. Okay. Perfect. All right. If that's the case, I will take the potion. Bottoms up. I will drink it, and then I guess what I would prefer to do. How many? Oh no, I shouldn't. And then I'll start to head down the cliff carefully.
As we're going down, Thorn will say, "Since you took the thing, you can go down," and Thorn will stay like halfway up, and that way, if you get in trouble, I'll come down.
That'll work as long as someone is there to, try and hit the shark that's trying to eat me, and then also yell at Reginald, "Get his ass in here."
I can see you quite fine from here. I could cast spells at it from this distance. Don't worry about it.
How clear is the water?
I mean, it looks pretty clear.
It looks very clear, I know, but
About halfway down, it gets cloudy and murky just from the tide kicking up the bottom of the sea.
okay,
So you've got about 10 feet of
clear.
clear and another 10 feet of murky.
Murk. Okay, cool. Kind of what I thought. Unfortunate. I think I do. Hang on. Tiny magical. I do. Okay. So what I am going to do is once we get into the water, what do I have that's very easy? Tell me that's non-magical. I think my hammer is. I am going to use my I'm going to use my magical tinkering ability, and I am going to make my. Oh, it's tiny. Okay, so I'm going to use actually one of the coins that I have that you gave me, and I'm going to imbue it with magical tinkering, unless that is magical. In that case, this isn't going to work.
It fails.
Yeah, okay. I do that. I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's not good. I store that for later. Instead, what I will then do is I will then rummage in my inventory for another tiny item. In this case, I will pick out a piece from my dragon chest set, probably the unicorn, and I will imbue it with my magical tinkering. So I'll use a second of that, and it will shed light in a 5-foot radius to make it a little bit easier for me to see down there. I don't think it'll be by much, but it'll be better than just being pitch black and murk.
I feel like Lionel has lark pockets.
So,
Mm-hmm.
this will help you inside cabins. It will not help you outside of the
Inside.
cabins because
That's fine.
It is murk, not darkness.
Yeah.
Right. So, but we'll deal with that as it comes.
Yeah, that's fine. This is just something me prepping to do it before there is trouble. But once we are down the water, I will look down. Oh boy. And I will dive down and I will start to head towards this one.
Okay. Well, none of you said the magic words. So,
Please.
you touch the water
Mm-hmm.
and you start swimming. And never mind, your passive perception is far too low.
My passive perception is shite. I'm gonna get bit.
What about mine?
Place yourself on the map where you would like to be on along the edge of the coast of the bottom of the cliff there, and I will tell you what happened. Apologize, I needed 1 second.
You are good.
So as you're descending, Thorn, you notice going between the two masts of the ships that have sunk, a large fin swimming in your direction. We are going to enter a turn-based mode. I'm going to have you all roll for initiative. Just you're not in combat yet. I will let you know when we are. But this will help me understand what you all do want to do in the order you want to do it.
Fuck you.
I'm assuming you want me to roll 2 from up above, even though I'm probably not doing much.
Honestly, you're 80 feet up, and I don't think any of your spells have a distance. So unless you're telling me that you would like to come down, I'm gonna leave you off because that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have you hold as an action to join in on later.
That's fair. Firebolt and Scorching Ray have 120-foot range, so I could potentially be a little artillery, but I've only got 40 feet after the edge of the edge of the cliff. So
Well, so I don't know what the distance would be, right? But you're 80 feet in the air, and I don't know how spells would work, right? In that regard, do they fizzle out outside of range, or is it just like, oh well, you lose control over it after a certain range, you know?
yeah,
So
if it's outside of the range, I don't think you can land it because I think it's beyond
Yeah.
your ability to manipulate magic to reach its target.
Basically that. You just can't reach.
So if I'm outside of range because of that, then I am totally fine with just sitting up here and looking like a dumb idiot on a cliff.
you are currently out of range. I will let you know when you are in range.
Okay.
Let's see. The shark does not appear to have noticed you all yet. But Thorn, what would you like to do?
Lionel's in the water, correct?
You both are in the water, or at the very least halfway submerged. So waist deep.
I will call out to Lionel and let him know that there is a shark and the direction the shark is in.
Okay. guess considering where it is, I will change my plans and head for this ship instead for the moment. And just keep an eye towards the general area of where the shark is. Although I still haven't seen a fin, so
We're going to do 2/3 movement for swimming.
okay.
So 20 feet instead of 30. So go ahead and move yourself where you would like.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Alrighty. Done. And Thorn, you didn't want to move, correct? You wanted to stay put? Alrighty. Who wants to roll against me?
I use my
I will do it.
20. Yeah,
Roll a d20.
don't let me.
Nice. Lionel, you suddenly sense something very close to you,
Oh shit.
and you know it senses you too, as you are attempting to swim with your mild actually, you're a hyena, with your doggy paddle. And it curves to meet you.
Fuck!
You all are now in combat.
Mm.
This shark is submerged. This information is for you, Reginald. If you attempt to shoot this, I'm going to count it as in cover, so you will be at disadvantage. You are currently within range of it.
Within range. Okay. I will hold.
Okay.
I will hold for this immediate moment.
Do you plan on joining the combat, though?
I will.
Okay. Go ahead, roll me an initiative just so I can hold on to that for when you do decide to.
You
move
got
forward.
it.
Boom. All right. I'm going to count the shark as surprised as you are, Lionel.
Okay.
But Thorn, you see that fin reappear right next to Lionel.
Oh boy, Thorn thought that was gonna take longer. Thorn's going to cast Armor of Agathis on herself. Get 5 temp hit points. Yep. And she will just start trying to make her way over to Lionel. What she does, she just like gator swims the entire way over there. And her armor is just covered in like the frost of Armor of Agathis, but instead of being like regular frost, it's like silvery scales almost like over her armor.
Is that what I am right now, Junie? Is that what I am? Filled with real fruit juice?
With real fruit juice, yeah.
Cherry flavored.
All right, fruit juice, it's your turn.
Shit, this sucks. I will go ahead and try and punch it, even though it's not my best option, but it's better than nothing. I do believe I have disadvantage on this because I'm not using a dagger, a spear, or a javelin based on how underwater combat is, from what I remember.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care for underwater combat. You're on surface right now.
Okay.
If you're proficient in it, roll it normally.
Okie doke. Got it, Chief. 17 to hit.
You hit for 8 thunder damage.
For my first attack. And that's it. That's right. It's next level. I get my second one. I will move also 5, 10 feet. Or swim 10 feet. That way.
Very well. Well, you have angered Sharky.
Tried to punch it in the nose. Didn't work. It doesn't work.
Why do you have 43 HP? What the fuck?
Yeah. What the
Tough.
fuck?
Tough feet. Constitution modifier of +3, baby.
I've got like half that.
Did you say you activate your armor? Do you have
No, I did
temporary
not
hit
put up
points?
I did not put up my defensive field. Thorn did.
Okay. All right, you will find that you have just taken 16 points of damage.
Oh,
Oof. Tasty.
big mouth. Big mouth. Many teeth. Many teeth.
I have updated your character sheet.
Yeah, he won't see it with that until he refreshes, but
What did you update?
Your HP.
Oh, I was putting it in, but thank you.
All right, Reginald. You see blood in the water.
it's time to fire. I feel like using. Yeah, I'll try to hit it with Firebolt. I don't want to burn a spell slot trying to hit it with Scorching Ray right now. I feel like that's a bad idea.
Very well.
And you said like it's in cover.
It is. Please roll with disadvantage.
11s.
At the last second, the shark seems to shift in the water and a wave consumes your firebolt.
Big rip.
Big rip. Would you like to do anything else?
I'll just kind of shift a little bit, like I'm moving a little closer to the action, even though it's really just down below me. So,
Mhm.
but it'll make everyone down there like Thorn think I'm doing something important. So,
Like
That's the
Thorn
important piece.
specifically.
Mhm. But yeah, that's the end of his turn.
Very well. Speaking of Thorn,
Thorn's gonna swim closer and then she's gonna stab this thing in the butt.
Doesn't really have a butt.
roll with
Oh, yes it
advantage.
does.
Have buttholes.
Where? Yeah, but where on the shark is the butt?
It's underneath
It's on
please-
the
please
butt.
describe.
Fuck, I missed anyway.
Please describe.
They probably technically have a cloaca.
Yeah, that's a
As-
butthole though. That not a butt.
As you pull your brand new rapier out to dip it in its first taste of blood, a glint of red catches your eye from above. That's quickly reduced to nothing but smoke and a wave, and your attack misses.
Great.
Distraction! Would you like to do anything else?
No. That'll be it.
Very well. Lionel.
Okay. I am going to use my swift action to activate one of my defensive fields. Because, ow!
Yeah, I rolled real good on that damage dice.
Yeah. And I just need to remember how much I get. I think I get 3 still. Equal to my level. Okay, so I get 4. Okay. And then after that, I am going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. It's going to be, it sweeps out for me in a 15-foot cube. So it's basically just going to go kind of around me. And I need the shark to give me a Constitution saving throw. DC is 14.
That one.
It fails, so it takes 7 thunder damage, and it is also pushed back 10 feet away from me. And everyone hears a very thunderous boom about 300 feet away. So Norbis and the other one hear it as well. It's like just a big clap of thunder suddenly happening.
Clapping cheeks.
Indeed. And that is my turn for now. So I don't know what it's going to do.
Well, Thorn, you are unceremoniously pushed out of the way as the shark gets yeeted backwards in the water. But it has also simultaneously found a new target.
Ah.
What is your current AC?
18.
Alrighty. Additionally, it's going to swim back in between you both. Reginald.
All right, this time I'm going to up the ante a little bit. I'm going to try to hit it with Scorching Ray.
Scorch me, Daddy.
Damn it.
John, please.
Ouch.
John,
Look at the
please.
fucking damage roll, too. That was shit. The
Yeah.
damage roll was terrible. Well,
God
anyways.
damn, that was horrible.
Yeah, that was like, that was just awful.
I think you got as low as you could.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think it could have been any lower.
Nope.
Well, your rays yeet forward and are once again consumed by the waves.
I'm just, upping the temperature of the water a little bit. I will conclude my turn. That'll be it for
Very
me
well.
this turn.
Thorn.
I'm gonna stab it in the butt.
Stop trying to make me into a stew, Reginald. Uncalled for.
It is also gonna be Booming Blade as well, so.
Okay, roll with advantage.
I hit it in the butt.
And you said that was booming bladed?
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking put a marker on it this time, so that way I can fucking remember it, hopefully. Assuming, here we go. Red dot. Red dot.
That will be my turn. Oh wait, hold on. It bit me. It needs to take 5 cold damage. Because I have Armor of Agathis on.
Is that a spell?
Yes. I can link it.
I'm looking at it. Very well. Anything else?
Nope. That's just.
Lionel.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna punch this thing in the nose again, or try to.
Roll with advantage.
Yes, sir. $21. For 12 points of thunder damage if it connects.
It does, in fact, connect. Anything else?
No.
Very well. Well, then we're going to take a quick intermission to go put down the boy.
Okie doke.
Okie dokie. There it is.
Oh.
I was looking for a serial number. So tiny.
Alrighty. Everybody here?
Yep.
I'm present.
I'm just
Very
standing and moving in place at the moment.
Very well. Well, it is the shark's turn. You both notice, Thorn and Lionel, that this thing has entered a sort of frenzy, moving erratically at the scent of the blood in the water.
I don't want to be a fruit gusher anymore.
Too fucking bad.
Hit it harder.
I'm trying. I did max damage that round.
Don't yell at Thorn. Focus on hitting the shark.
I am. I can't hit twice.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
I physically can't. I have to shift for that, and I need to get rid of my first set of temporary hit points first.
Well, consider them gone.
Gone.
And your health reduced to 22 HP as this thing manages to very briefly grab a hold of your leg and take a few more jagged pieces off of you.
Okay.
Reginald.
Oof.
All right. Reginald is going to one last time attempt to see if he can hit this thing from range with a firebolt from the top rope. $13.
How would you like to do this?
I think he would like to kind of be like standing up on the ledge, like looking around, like focusing and trying to target, and then just be like, or like shoot a bolt down, like he's like aiming really, really well with a staff, and I guess collide with the shark as it's like cresting out of the water, circling around a little bit.
I have this mental image of Reginald like using his staff as like the barrel of a gun.
That'll work too. Yeah.
But your firebolt sails through the air as this shark manages to breach the water as it looks like it's coming down on Lionel again and brains it. And sushi. But the shark is no more, and you all are temporarily safe.
Got it.
Yeah, thanks.
Would you like to continue exploring?
Yes. Before I do, I will burn another spell of mine, though, and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
If Thorn sees you go to cast magic to heal yourself, because she has seen you do this before, she would offer lay on hands instead.
Sure. Why not? Because I have, and I began counting, and I have probably 16, 17 holes where teeth were in me at this point, if not more.
Your tunic is ruined.
Motherfucker!
I will give you 10 hit points back.
Thank you. This was my only good tunic. The bastard.
It wasn't your only good tunic. It was straight up your only.
Man,
Accurate.
Called out in 4K.
Accurate, though. Very accurate.
All right. Just as a reminder, we are still in turn-based mode. Realistically, pretty much only for Thorn at this point, in case she decides to dive. As you, Lionel, have an hour's worth of water breathing.
Yep.
But How would you all like to proceed? Thorn, it looks like you are up, unless Reginald would like to dive in.
I mean,
Reginald's like, fuck no, not after that.
no, I'm cool. I'm cool that I am right now. Like maybe if I have to climb down or something, I will. But so far, feel pretty good about the sniping from above thing.
Thorn will do her little lay on hands on Lionel, and then she like listens to him bitch about his tunic for a minute, and then she like turns around and starts putting her own holes in the shark, and she's just like chomping up and down the fin like. But no, she will stay here and keep an eye from above.
Okay.
He's looking at me over his monitor.
Shark fin. It's a delicacy.
I disapprove of that, but yes.
Roll me a Constitution check.
A check or a save?
We'll say save.
Okay. That's not terrible.
You cannot stomach the taste and gag as you chomp.
I think she just continues to do it anyway. I think it's kind of one of those things where she like takes a bite and goes, bleh, maybe the next bite will be better.
We'll come to your next bite on your next turn.
I think after getting patched up and bitching about my tunic for a minute and finally coming to terms that I need to buy a new one, I will dive down. All the while still bitching that I better get some money out of this for a new tunic and a fancy one of that.
Well, before you, underneath the waves, is the remains of a ship. There is access to an inner quarters, if you would like to progress that, or you can go through a hatch that will lead to the what would have been the below decks, but is probably submerged in sand and whatnot at this point.
Let's go in through the first one and then see if there's anything in there. Otherwise, I'll have to go in through the area that leads to below decks. I'm hoping that the contents have moved somewhat so that I'm more easily able to find them. And I will pull out my small chess piece once I start to enter into it, even though I have dark vision to hopefully make things a little bit easier because I'm still underwater.
Well, you enter what you believe to be would have been the captain's quarters.
Okay.
Inside there, you believe this would have been pretty elegant for the time frame. You don't see very much worth value now. Most of the silverware has either been washed away, the chandeliers are all broken, any metal is corroded beyond recognition. However, you do see a skeleton of what you assume to be the captain, being this being the captain's quarters, who is wearing a cloak. And the cloak seems remarkably undamaged.
Okay. And he's a skeleton, so he's been down here a while then.
It does not take more than 3 days to be skeletized underwater, so you have no clue.
Okay. I will go ahead then and take the cloak take the cloak off the skeleton since that seems to be a relatively easy thing and it doesn't look too badly damaged. It's the only thing I see in here at the moment.
It is the only thing worth of worth anything in this room.
So I will take that. And then, with nothing else really, I will go to explore the rest of the ship.
You don't find anything of note or worth any value. A lot of rotted cargo. Few unique sea creatures that dart away from you, and as you crest out, you think you see a shadowy figure out in the distance.
Okay, just gonna keep my eyes towards that and immediately head towards the surface and just watch the entire time as I go. Make sure it doesn't come near me. Yeah, I know. Gonna be a fruit gusher again.
Nothing approaches, however. There is still one more wreck for you to explore should you wish.
I'm going to surface, head over towards Thorn, who is apparently still trying to munch on this shark and not enjoying the taste at all, but continues to eat it.
I'm gonna stop you there. Bring us to Reginald real quick. See if you wanted to join the fray, had anything that you wanted to do.
I think in his position, he's just going to kind of like be up on the top of the cliff, kind of impatiently watching, like, are we done yet? Did we get everything? Like, what's going on?
You can actually ask those questions just as a reminder. You all have a set of sending stones.
You have one and I have the other one.
Okay, well, in which case, then I will specifically hold the sending stone to talk to Lionel and say, "Hey, are we done down there yet? I'm just asking. I'm up here at the top. Just I don't see anything else. It looks like I don't see any sharks. You appear to be swimming about, so I have to assume that you're okay. And well." Did you find anything good? Has it been worth it, or are we just wasting our time splashing about?
I got one more ship to explore. I found something that could be of value, but I'm not sure yet. I need to go check the other one first.
All right, well, hurry up.
What's Lionel's favorite color?
I think it'd be green.
As you crest the water, you notice that the cloak is remarkably green
Oh, that's nice.
and fashioned not opulently, but very much an item of great deal of craftsmanship, we'll say, and it kind of resembles all the tatters of the tunic that are floating around right now. And as you see those tatters, it kind of the image becomes sharper in your head of the only good tunic that you had being ruined. And suddenly this cloak is now burnished with burn marks and weird puncture marks and all kinds of cool stuff. But Thorn, are you continuing to eat?
I mean, she's not gonna like do it for a very long time, but she's exploring seafood.
She's not a quitter. Okay, she's not a quitter.
It's one of those things where like she tries one part of the shark and then like that doesn't sit well with her, so she just goes to try another part of the shark, and if that part is gross too, then she gives up. It's not like I'm going to eat the shark regardless of if it tastes bad.
It's more about where you're eating the shark at this point. Like salt water does not taste good. I don't care who you are. It's nasty. Right? This salt water is straight blood sushi and, who knows fucking what else. There's a whole bunch of dead shit below you. Like, I'm just saying.
There's
just
shark.
extra
There's shark
flavor.
cloaca all over the place.
Delicious. Are you eating?
No, I'm not gonna actually eat the shark.
We scared her out of it. But
At least until we drag it back and cook it.
did you have anything that you would like to do?
No, I think she just kind of like sees Lionel making his way back, and she stops her exploration of seafood and just starts like following him wherever he's heading. Also keeping an eye out for any other like sharks or what have yous that will be lurking beneath.
Lurking beneath.
Very well. Lionel, we're back to you.
I think what he's going to do is he'll swim over to Thorn and be like, "Here, hold on to this while I go to the other one." And he will hand the cloak over for now to her, just so that he technically has both hands free. Pass that off, and then head towards the other one. And as he gets closer, dive down into the water and start to head towards it.
Very well. So, this one on the as you submerge under the waves, it's very clear from the top of it. This one is called the Orca.
Hmm.
Uh, it is one of the smaller ships around, however. It seems remarkably well built. The entire thing is still very much intact. You suspect that it either got um, capsized or uh, maybe there's damage that you can't see from your angle. However, it does only have a single cabin and the hold below. The cabin rests at an angle, we'll say a little bit pretty cute. That's about that. So everything on the inside of it has shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to go below decks or explore the cabin first?
I think I will explore the cabin first, since it's a smaller area at the moment compared to the rest of the ship itself, being the ship is smaller than the others, and then I will go into the hold.
Very well. That being said, inside the cabin, you see a chest. There's also some general furniture around, but the chest really catches your eye as it's a chest. It's kind of what you're looking for. As you swim over to it, though, it does have a strong padlock on it.
Mhm.
In its current state, you could theoretically haul it back to the shore and either break open the lock or um, otherwise deal with it on the land. Uh, you will not be able to access it while here unless you plan to attempt to pick the lock.
Right. Um, Looking at this chest very briefly, does the lock look like it's rusted at all, or does it still look kind of pristine?
It's a thick padlock. It does look rusted, but it does not. It does not look weak.
Okay. So in that case, then I think Lionel will look at it, see that it's still in relatively good order, minus the rust on it, and that it's not like a simple padlock, and decide to kind of work with the lock on shore. I think what I will do is I will take one of the. I'll grab the chest by one of the handles if it has handles on it, and drag it out of the cabin and towards the edge of the ship, just to make it easier for me to deal with on the way back. And I will still explore the hold just to see if there's anything else in there.
You bring the chest out and you set it where it would be readily accessible for you to haul away. But something catches your eye as you are about to go into the hold. There's a
Mhm.
dark shape very close. Not close enough to make out, but big enough that you suspect to be a threat. I'm going to pause us here, and
Okay.
Reginald, I would like you to make me a perception check.
Time to perceive. Nope.
No, it isn't.
Reginald, the tip of your staff is fucking fascinating.
Isn't it? And the clouds. Wow, the clouds are great.
Before we move on, if there's any actions you would like to take, now is the time to do it. You good?
Reginald is fine. Yeah, he's enjoying his view currently because that's all he knows is happening.
Thorn, please roll me a perception check. Thorn in the distance to the north, probably about 50 feet out. You see a giant fin break the surface of the waves.
Is that is that different than the thing that Lionel is seeing?
I mean, there's no way to tell.
Without metagaming, you are not Lionel, so you do
Yeah.
not know.
I'm gonna. I don't have a way of contacting Lionel.
No.
And he's below decks, so I can't see him. Thorn doesn't like that thing, so Thorn's gonna go diving and try to at least get eyes on Lionel and like gesture that there's something out in the distance.
Okay. Lionel,
Mhm.
as you are about to enter the lower hold of this ship, Thorn catches your eye. You do a brief scan to make sure where she is, and you see her miming, however she's miming. She's clearly trying to get to your attention.
Okay. If she's clearly trying to get my attention, and I saw a shadow of something off in the distance, it's probably a good sign that I should probably say fuck it and get out of here. So I will grab the chest that I have and start to head towards Thorn, kind of indicating that if she can meet me like halfway so she can grab part of this, we can hopefully go faster. Try my best because I don't know, because I don't believe underwater breathing allows me to talk underwater still.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Gonna go ahead and say no to that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab the chest, do my best, and try and use my body language to best to be like, get down here and help me so we can go faster.
Grab it.
Is that all you would like to do?
I um mm, it's 10 feet. I think seeing this big shape, and if she's down here, let me just see how long. Okay, it's just if I doff the armor. Okay. I think what I will do, just to be safe, is I will use my bonus action to pop my last defensive field, just so I have a slight buffer in case things start to go south. But other than that, there's not much else I can do that's not going to draw attention to me in some manner.
So the way I'm currently understanding this is that you are still at the bottom, on top of this ship. We'll say, 5 feet up trying to deal with this chest.
Yes, I am grabbing the chest and trying to swim to Thorn as best as I can, with the chest kind of indicating, "Hey, help me with this, so we can go faster." But I don't know how much the chest is inhibiting my movement.
The chest is not so large that you would actually need help with it. Um, it is, we'll say, shoulder width,
Hmm.
and no bigger than or no deeper than your chest.
Okay.
So it is not, it is cumbersome to hold. It is
Right.
not heavy or burdensome beyond that.
Okay. But yeah, so
You,
I'll take it and I'll start to swim up.
okay. It is only 20 feet. We will say that you can crest the waves,
Hmm.
and we will call that your turn.
Okay.
Moving you around to where I believe your positions to be more accurate.
Hmm.
Reginald, you're good there. Thorn. Thorn, you didn't move at all, did you? You just tried to get underwater and get.
She would have tried to get to Lionel because she, in case a fight broke out or something, she would have tried to at least be there to stab something in the butt.
And a fight breaking out is exactly what is about to happen.
Oh no, round 2.
But it's bigger.
The
For
deuce.
you, uh, you guys know that feeling when something horrible is about to happen, your blood kind of runs a little bit cold. Maybe the Jaws theme starts playing, and then suddenly it just happens so quick. No, 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 no. Yeah, well,
Yep.
a hunter shark has cleared the distance between you all across 6 seconds.
Shit.
And Thorn, because you are by far the most bloody at this point, having taken chomps out of a delicious shark and effectively bathed in its blood and guts, it is going to attack you.
When the sushi fights back.
Oh god. It's like the spicy water.
And it deals 16 points of damage.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah. That'll be its surprise move. We are going to move in order of turn now. Lionel, you have just crested the waves. We're going to move on to Reginald.
Boop, 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 boop.
Reginald.
Okay. Seeing this new threat, he will be a little bit alarmed and is going to attempt to start climbing down or scaling down the cliffside because he notices that he does not have the acrobatic nature required to be able to simply dive this distance off the edge of the cliff to make it to the water. So, yeah, he's gonna start making his way down the cliff face.
I need a athletics check, please.
Hey, there you go.
You successfully scale, we'll say about, I would call it halfway down the cliff.
Very nice. I'll go kind of like halfsies.
Yeah. Don't believe there is
Um,
anything else that you can do, though.
No, yeah, nothing else that I could really do. I mean, I guess I could technically I could technically dash if you would allow me using movement for my action to continue to try to move down, but otherwise, that's basically all he's going to do.
I'll allow that, but I will need another athletics check.
All right.
Put that Fort No training to the test.
Right.
The wall is slick, however, you manage to get down to the water safely.
Heck yeah. It's like they never knew I wasn't actually ever in the water, only they totally did. There we go. That will be the end of my turn.
Thorn.
Thorn's gonna reach for her shield, and just like run her hand over the symbol on the front of it, and she's going to use her channel divinity, and this thing has to make me a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, now what, Shark? How wise are you?
Not very. It fails. What happens?
It is frightened of me for the next minute.
Hell yeah.
So how does that work, right?
Because she got the chompy teeth, too, so he thinks it's going to eat her.
Do I have to take the dash action to get away from you? Or do I
If you can't get far enough away from whatever the radius is that it stipulates, because there should be a distance amount that's associated, I think.
It gives it
Unless
a
it's just
frightened
straight
condition,
fear.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, if it's just
becomes
straight fear.
frightened for 1 minute.
Yeah,
Okay,
which
so
means
then,
you
all I
have
can
to-
really do is run.
Yeah, it has to run away from its source of fear, from what I remember.
And creatures can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of their turn.
Right. So you can then suddenly be like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, and then turn
Okay.
around.
I'm gonna DM rule this real quick.
Okay.
So
Frightened creature has
effectively what
disadvantage.
happens, I don't know how you'd like to flavor. So Thorn does her magics. Her shield glows, the symbol glows. Maybe there's, a flash of light or something happens divine in nature. And the shark, which is for all intents and purposes a force of nature at this point. It is huge. It is larger than hunter sharks have any right to be, and they already are pretty large. They're 15 to 20 feet in length. Um, this one has several scars on it. It's obviously seen some age, and it's a shark. It has black beady eyes, and those don't really get to portray fear, but it does immediately turn and swim off. For all intents and purposes, we're going to call the encounter over because it's a fish. It acts off of instinct, and instinct just told it to fuck off. It's so strong was the instinct that it overcame its blood frenzy, right? Smelling blood in the water, attacking people who are already weak. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you have successfully scared off Daggermaw. Congratulations. I would
Good.
also like Thorn for you to add inspiration to yourself.
Thorn is inspired.
Good. Inspire yourself to get the fuck out of the water now. Let's go.
I
That was good work, but also you guys are the weak, by the way, not me. Just saying.
I will say, as just a little bit of flavor, I think that when Thorn channels her divinity and it actually works, like it's answered, Reginald wouldn't hear it, but I think Lionel is close enough that it's just this very strange, like echoing sound of like scales on stone or like the hissing of a snake. Like it's just very it's like creepy echoey. And then
Not
Thor's magic just like flashes and that happens.
not lizard folk, part rattlesnake. Got it.
I didn't say rattle. But yeah, after all that happens, Thorn just kind of like gestures to Lionel, like, let's go.
Lionel agrees. And with the chest, starts swimming.
So I'm going to expedite us a little bit to get us out of the water and back on land. You guys managed to reach the shore, no further problems. The dwarves, seeing you all around the lighthouse, bring the cart over to help load it up and potentially break the lock if that is your desire.
I will take a look at, now that we're back on land and we have a chance to, I will take a look at the lock. And now that we actually have time, I would like to try and pick it. I do have thieves' tools, and I do have some points in sleight of hand.
Go ahead and roll.
No. I got a 7. Too rusty.
You do not manage to pick the lock. However, you producing those thieves' tools, Dazzlin comes over and watches you for a second, sort of like giving you pointers and making mention for a second about the inner workings of locks. All stuff you know, but you are wounded, bleeding, and otherwise a little bit
Occupied.
shaky at the moment. So maybe the advice and the words aren't totally unwelcome. But I would like you to re-roll me your sleight of hand.
Edok. Gladly accept his advice.
So this time, your tools find the tumblers, and seemingly of their own accord, they pop up and the latch pops free.
With that, I will then open the chest just so that we can kind of see what is inside of it.
Inside, you see a wand and a leather-bound book.
Are there any crabs?
No.
There are no crabs.
Damn it.
Sorry, no seafood boil tonight. There's a wand and a leather-bound book, though. I will pick up the book. Does it seem to still be in good condition, or is it like completely waterlogged?
As if enchanted, it is in good condition.
Interesting. I will untie the leather binding if it's tied with like a leather thong or something, and open it up and see if it's in a language that I understand.
Lionel.
Yes, what?
Lionel, what's a thong?
Technically depends on what it is. It can either be a strip of some material used to tie something, or some fashionable undergarments people wear, depending.
Lionel, do you wear a thong?
Absolutely not. No, it rides too much up my ass.
Okay.
He also can't afford one.
He doesn't say that part, but it's true.
Well, I mean, maybe he could though. It's less material. I mean, this is medieval, so
yeah,
who
but it's
knows?
designer.
Actually, I'm
It's
pretty
chic.
sure Lionel has more coin on his person than Reginald does at this point. So.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Listen, that coin has to go to something specific, so Lionel still does not technically have coin.
And by the way, Mr. Money Splits, we never split up the money from last session. So
Didn't we?
The pearl
just FYI.
stuff that we just got?
from the beginning, like when D mentioned it, like he noted the stuff that we had to split up. I don't think we ever talked about the actual amount that it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
chatted
did.
it.
You did?
Yeah, I
Then I
chatted
I just had a coma. Don't worry about me.
it. I remember because Kita specifically mentioned saying thank you for splitting it out.
Yeah, I said thank you for putting it in chat because I wasn't at my computer at the time when you guys were talking about it.
No, I didn't get to the pearl stuff. You are right, though, because we just got that beforehand.
Yep.
But that's what I mean, right? The ones from like what the dwarves and stuff got.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. No.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, that I have not done yet. No.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Thanks.
No.
I just needed,
Well,
I just needed that confirmation.
Well. So after explaining to Thorn her new word for the day in thong, is there any writing in the book?
Plenty. Let's check your languages real quick.
I got 3.
Nothing that you understand.
I will look at it. I'll turn it upside down, then sideways. I can't read this fucking thing. Reginald, do you understand any of it?
Well, let's see.
Reginald, written in Elvish, which you understand. I just had to double check.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Hey, of all the things, that would not be the most crazy, okay? But you see the wizard spells blur, charm person, comprehend languages, hold person, mage armor, sleep, and spider climb.
Ah.
This is a wizard's spellbook.
Well, you have happened upon the spell tome of a former wizard who, I'm assuming, met his end at the bottom of this coastline. However, his book is intact, and his spells are mine.
Glad you could make use of it, because I couldn't make fucking shit out of it.
Yes, well, I'm not shocked. It is, after all, a wizard's tome, and you clearly are not one, so.
Nope. Never gonna understand half the writing you do for your spells.
You don't need to.
The wand. After, well, do any of you have identify?
No.
I think I have it on my
list.
I think I have it in my spell list. Let me see. Spell book.
Yeah, you would just need to prepare it, which
Spell book. Nope. I don't
You
have
don't?
it. I didn't take it.
am I a prepared spellcaster? I might be. I am prepared, so I have it on my spell list, but I don't have it prepared right now.
Well, we'll be zooming through the evening to give you all another long rest.
Mm-hmm.
During that evening, I'm not going to make you prepare it.
Okay.
We'll just have you on DM, whatever the fuck, say that you just read it out of your whatever and cast it later tonight. However, it is not yet nighttime. You all have spoils to divvy up, and the dwarves demand a share.
Yep. Understandably so. Well, we do need to head to Leyland anyway, because we still need to drop off your tomes of stuff, right, Reginald?
The coffers of taxes that are owed to my family. Yes, we still
Yeah.
need to deliver that.
From what I can note in terms of value, there's the statue, which is probably like, because of the craftsmanship, 60 to 80 gold. And then there's 120 gold flat that was found, along with 6 pearls that could be anywhere from like 80 to 100 gold apiece in the pouch. And then there was the rapier, which Thorn has claimed, and I am not going to fight her for that. Dazzlin, Norbis, you are welcome to do that, but I am not getting involved in that.
Thorn just grins at them.
Yes, she has the rapier. Let's think about this.
And then the other things were the spellbook, which I think Reginald is partial to, and this wand, which we still have no idea on. Then the only other thing I found was the cloak, which again, I don't know if it's just very fine or if there are some magical properties to it.
Thorn's got it on, and she's just like running up and down the beach, like with it like a cape.
What's Thorn's favorite color?
I feel like Thorn is kind of I feel like Thorn's kind of a daddy's girl. So I think her favorite color would be like copper, like her dad.
The cloak is a very beautiful, opulent copper color right now with a very maybe white gold trim around it and some filigreed inlays and very tribal-esque design.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's running up and down the beach with it like a cape, pretending to be Kuri. She doesn't tell anybody she's pretending to be her dad, but she is.
Jesus Christ. As you're running, the shark watches that you all killed watches ashore. The crab starts eating it.
I eat the crab.
Come on, roll friend.
Is it Rolfrin?
It's raw for
Oh, that crab. Never mind. I can't eat that crab. It's too big.
She would try. She would try.
She would. She would. I think noticing the change in the cloak, I think, well, that might fetch us a nice piece of coin, depending on if it doesn't have any other tricks up its sleeve. Because when I held it, it was green and full of tooth marks. But later tonight, I might be able to better understand what the wand and the cloak are, so then we can actually fully, evenly, and fairly divide up everything. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, how about we just settle right now? We'll take the gold and we'll take the pearls, and y'all can keep everything else.
I look to Reginald since he's the one who's here while Thorn is still playing with the cloak at the moment.
Well, I mean, it seems agreeable to me. I have the component that I feel is the most valuable to me, so I'm okay with that. You get what? The statue? It's a fine statue.
They're taking the gold and the pearls, but like that's a lot of gold. Because those pearls
We'll
are
take the statue too. We'll be able to flip that pretty easy. But the magic stuff, everybody has a fucking say in that. So y'all want the magic stuff? Take it. We just want what we can sell quick.
They would be getting 720 gold if they took the gold and the pearls. And that's a lot of money.
It is, but the spellbook, the wand, and the rapier might be of equal value to that. I don't know about the cloak, though. That's the thing, is I don't know about the cloak and the wand yet, which is why I'd like to wait until night, because we're traveling to Leyland anyway.
Yeah, as far as Reginald's concerned, he's got his piece of the share that he cares about. Beyond that, if you want to battle it out for the money, you can barter with them all day long, but...
Look, Thorn has the most money out of everybody here currently. She doesn't need money. Thorn has no material concept of money other than that she can use it to get food.
Okay.
This
Actually,
is strictly me meta gaming.
pearls are pretty valuable in the jungle, so
I think with Reginald saying what he said and Lionel like taking gambles on things, I think he'll look and he'll gamble on the magic items probably being more. He'll say, "Fine, I think that'll work out. You guys can probably flip those quicker than we can anyway, but are you heading to Leyland with us, or are you both going to suddenly up and head back to Vandalen?"
well, I don't know that anybody will have the gold we need for these pearls down in Leyland. But we might actually head up to Neverwinter and try our luck back up there. Get away from all this dragon business. We'll sleep on it and decide on the morning, though.
All right, sounds good. In the meantime, apparently, let's start to set up and see if we can ask nicely of Rolfin if we can cook some of that shark up. Maybe he'll enjoy it warm.
Rolfrin has dragged the shark back into.
Oh, okay. Well, Rolfin has decided on the food for himself, and that is his take.
So, I know that we started off on a new day. However, with the injuries received and the loot split, the idea of identifying these magical items, call it another long rest, and start the day fresh the next morning. Sound good?
Yep.
Oh, thank
To
God.
me.
I have more
You can
HP
get the
now.
chunks. You can get the chunks of your butt back.
um. So, what is this cloak and this wand? Out of curiosity. Thank you. Oh, okay. 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 That's actually not too bad for the wand. Thank you. So Lionel will kind of be looking over these items, and with Reginald's help, since Lionel can identify things, but he doesn't necessarily have the same kind of innate understanding of magic that Reginald would. He'll eventually be like, I think the cloak can just change to any appearance that you want it to, as long as it's still a cloak. So very fashionable. We might be able to sell it potentially at Leyland if they have a tailor who is very avant-garde about stuff like that. And then the wand actually could help us if we ever go dungeon delving again, because it could tell us if there's a secret door nearby. Which, that would be nice, considering the last time there were a lot of fucking secret doors. They were a pain in the ass to
Yes.
find.
And the spicy water, don't forget.
Yes, the spicy water.
Thorn
Thorn remembers-
shudders. I think Thorn has finally found herself some crabs. Like, she got up pretty early and just started, like, moving rocks around and is just, like, sitting by the campfire crunching on crabs.
They're blue.
And she... Blue! Like her tongue! And she, like, hears mention of the spicy water and just a shudder just runs through her body.
Well, loot has been divvied, identified, and otherwise seen to. The day is now young yet again. Your dwarven friends have decided that they are going to follow you all to Leyland and see if they can't score down there.
Excellent.
You all pack up and begin your trip.
Sounds good to me.
So, as you all travel, you all encounter Leyland to your east. It's It's not a far ride at all. You arrive mid-afternoon on the outskirts of Leyland. Um, as you arrive, it's noted that there is a very large and brand new looking manor on the outside of Leyland that has a stable attached to it, another building that you believe may be a barracks of some sort, another building in between those two that has a stable attached, and a tower coming out of it. There are plenty of Fortno knights patrolling the road here, and it is gated off with very white, brand new looking marble pillars, uh, crested by a black iron frame. But as you all pass this, you all enter Leyland proper. The dwarves bid you farewell to go earn their keep and otherwise earn their drink. One of the guards that patrols the town will inform you that the manor that you all passed is the location that you, Reginald, will have to go.
Very well.
Would you
You good?
all like to do anything in Leyland prior to going to this manor?
I don't think so. 'Cause I think anything we can do, we can probably do after getting Reginald's thing done and that out of the way.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're going to tell us to get things done, aren't you?
Maybe you guys should buy some healing potions.
Okay.
Mm.
Thorn
will
was
take
Thorn
the
was planning on
suggestion.
doing that. So
Sounds like wisdom.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Hmm.
So Lionel's just like, so Reginald, should we go and get this thing done now so then we can go shopping afterwards?
Uh, they could wait. We should go shopping first.
Okay, very well.
And so you go shopping. I have nothing prepared for shopkeepers or anything like that. So if there's something you would like to buy, let's work off the honor system. Use the player handbook. Buy whatever you would like to buy in whatever quantities you would like, and put it in your own inventory. Fair?
will do. Thorn is just for clarity's sake, Thorn is just buying a couple of like healing potions. So
If there's anything beyond potions or ammunition or anything that you feel important, just say so.
I think Lionel's in the same boat, is just going to grab a couple of healing potions, but not as many.
Yeah, I think Reginald will probably get himself like 3, and he will make a note to kind of put it on his family's tab, of or even better yet, have Ashby cover the cost.
Fortno, when you walk in, that they charge you nothing.
Yes, well, as they should.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and warn you now that this next bit is pretty RP intensive. I say RP intensive, it's going to be a lot of me talking. If you guys need breaks, just say so.
Before we do that, is anyone actually attached to the cloak at all in any way, shape, or form? All it literally does is you can have it change appearance as a bonus action, which you can use to signal if you want to use non-communication, or we could have it be as a fashion statement if we want someone to look extra fancy when talking with people.
I mean, while that second half does sound really nice,
Mhm.
I couldn't care less about it.
Thorn's not particularly attached to it.
Okay. Would we be able to find anyone here, D, who might be interested in it? Or is Leyland very strictly like, we don't have any time for foppery?
He stepped away for just a second.
Mhm. I didn't know if he still had his headphones on or not.
He does.
He just can't respond without yelling, and Luke's
Yeah.
trying to sleep, so.
So, Leyland is not the town that you all are familiar with. It's booming. There
Mm.
are all kinds of shops inside of Leyland now. It's pretty easy to find a tailor or an enchanting shop if that's what you're into or what you're looking for. However, if you are going to try to sell this here, you will
Mhm.
be bartering, so we will be rolling against each other.
Okay.
So if that is something that you would like to do, let me know.
Yes.
I will go ahead and preface this. You already know that Harbin Wester will pay 50 gold pieces for whatever it is.
I would like to see if I can get a better offer.
Where
Because
would you like-
Harbin is just a flat 50, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And this
Yeah.
is the cloak that you're trying to sell?
Correct.
Where would you like to go? To a wizard's shop or to a clothier?
I think Lionel would try and go to a clothier thinking, well, wizards like magic shit, but a wizard's not going to care for this per se. A clothier might find a better use for it. Because he's all about practicality.
So you enter, and it's a very it's not elegant, as
Mhm.
in like, oh wow, this is royalty type items. However, it does have a fashion standard set to it. The people inside are very well dressed. You approach the counter. What is your initial offer?
So I will approach and I will say, good day, sir, or madam, because I'm not sure who is at the counter at the moment. I have a garment that you might be interested in that could be of some worth to clientele who are fairly picky about their fashion standards and like to change them every day if you would be interested.
A somewhat elderly gentleman behind the bar comes out and is agreeable as long as you're willing to show him the item. So
Yeah.
perform a demonstration.
Mm-hmm. So I will, because Thorn still has the cloak. I will look to Thorn. Thorn, can I have the cloak, please?
Yeah, she gives it to you.
He's trying to be agreeable,
it
so
up
if the
to him.
shopkeep tries to, he will take it, and it will be the color that Thorn had it as, this copper with finery and white and silver embroidering and things like that on it. And Lionel will give it a quick mental command to change to something that is much more green in regards to it. It has topaz for its finery now instead, and it completely changes style, and it goes from whatever material Thorn had it as to something that is a bit more leathery in nature and meant kind of for travel almost.
Are you doing this with a flourish? Or are you just holding it up and letting it do it?
I think Lionel will try and do it with a flourish, understanding because he's a craftsman by trade as well, understanding that sometimes the work is impressive on its own, but on other times when you're trying to sell something, you need to give a little bit of show. So
Please.
he'll go ahead.
Roll me a performance check.
Okay.
Can I assist? Can Thorn help by like when he holds it up, you know the emote in Final Fantasy that's like /show right or /show left.
Part of me wants to tell you yes, that you can do this. However, you have gotten nothing but stink eyes since arriving to Leyland.
That's fair.
Your race. So no. You cannot.
Oof. I appreciate the thought, though. I appreciate it. I will go ahead and roll performance as you asked, and we will see how the dice treat me. Okay. They treat me okay. With a 19.
There is clear interest writ on this elderly gentleman's face, and he asks for what it is worth.
Okay. The entry that you gave me did not have a price listed on it.
What's it worth to you?
Well, I know Harbin will at least be 50. So can I do an intelligence check to try and figure out what would be a worthwhile asking price for this? Because again, I'm a craftsman, but I am not a tailor. So clothing is not really my specialty. I know if I had a piece of armor that can do this, I would be paying like top dollar for this.
You are in the moment. You are a craftsman.
Mhm.
You are not designed to sell your own goods.
Right.
So if you would like to denote the value of this or get a value from me,
Mhm.
I'm going to have you roll an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Okay. Versus me just picking a number that I think is fair, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I will look at him and say 300 gold.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Don't know how much I am off, but we will see. 10. Middle of the road.
I will give you 250 for it.
I think that I can agree upon, as I am not one to really use this, but I'm sure you can find the right buyer faster than I can.
Oh, yes, I can. We are agreed then.
We are agreed.
He shakes your hand before returning to the counter, counting out 250 gold in front of you and delivering it to you and taking the cloak.
Everyone can add an additional 83 gold and 3 silver to their pockets.
Nice. I knew you had it in you.
You did it.
I did it! Although I don't know how much I could have undersold it by.
It's taken a lot to keep my mouth shut on it, so.
Yeah.
What's
But-
done is done.
Yep, it's done. It's still quite a bit considering we've had to split the other items 6 ways versus 3 potentially.
You gave the dwarves over 600 gold in
I know.
pearls alone.
I know.
To say
I
you all
gamble. We
received
all know
the-
this.
You didn't gamble. You just straight gave gold away, is what you did.
Right. I gambled because I didn't know what the wand or the cloak was as an item.
But neither here nor there.
Yep.
Is there anything else you all would like to do while in the lovely booming town of Leyland?
At the moment.
Just the Healy potions.
Yeah.
Healy potions it is. You all receive your Healy potions. No more than 3 to a character, please.
I got 1.
Yeah, I only bought 2, so.
Very well. Then if everything else is said and done, I would like to see if it is time to deliver the goods.
Yar.
Believe so. Unless Reginald has something up his sleeve suddenly.
All right, hold on. I'd finish adding my healing potions. No, I think he's meandered enough, and will finally arrive at the manor to make his presence known and deliver the coffers.
Character check. Can you move your characters?
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Reginald steps on me. Ah.
Over you.
The Ashby Manor resides just outside of Leyland, along with a barracks, stable, a library with a tower, and an open training yard. It is an exceptionally large building that looks and feels new. The gardens outside of the main entrance are well maintained, and there are guards posted near the main door. Upon your approach, one of the guards, you recognize them, Reginald, as Knights of Fortno, bearing your crest in the full plate armor, hails you. Welcome, sir. Lady Bennet has been expecting you.
Yes, very well. Well, if you could see to these back here, these are the coffers, the taxes, the reparations that were collected and lost on the road. I believe you may have heard of that. Those can be distributed as needed.
Yes, sir. We'll take care of that for you. Thank you. The one on your left goes to collect the cart. The one on the right approaches the door, the double doors in front of you, and they're a very thick set of oaken wood doors, inlaid with, iron. It's opulent. Like there is money here, and it's plain to see. But producing a key unlocks the front door and opens it for you. Can everybody see all right?
Yep.
Yup.
Phenomenal. As you open, or as you walk in, you're greeted by white marble floors and a bit of a garden in front of you. Ferns on either side of you as you walk in, and a half-elven woman directly in front of you. Beyond her, there's a grand hall in front of you, flanked on either side by staircases leading up to a second level. On the leftmost staircase, you see a rather striking woman with blonde hair that's set with heavy streaks of silver. Well met, heroes, and welcome to the Night Fang's headquarters and my home. My attendant will lead you to the lounge where you can rest your feet, and I will be with you shortly. This woman, Reginald, you recognize her as Ashby, says to you all, and the half-elven woman in front of you, a slender female half-elf with dark brown hair, is going to escort you all through these many chambers. Well, I guess through the grand hall, rather. Oh no.
More of that.
It's
me, Reginald.
Reginald's actually Booby. Oh no.
Oh, no.
God damn it! I'm doing it again.
Oh
What
no!
is happening?
We're all going through a time warp.
Why am I so shocked? I don't like this.
All right, let's see here. Can I fix this? Yes, I can. Doot, doot.
Much better.
Ugh, God. That's what it's like to be
The
short. I
feel-
don't like it.
To
Don't
feel
like to be
oneself yet again.
I don't want to do a time warp again.
So, this half-elven woman leads you all to a northeastern room of this state. It's decked with a fireplace in the northern side and several lounging chairs and a few couches. On the center table, there seems to be carafes of liquor and wine. And over in the western corner, there is a table with dragon chess set already set up, and it looks like mid-game. If you don't know what dragon chess is, it's actually one of those three-tier, 4D chess games. I don't recommend it. But if you all would like to ask this attendant any questions, now is the time. Otherwise, she is going to leave.
I think Lionel keeps quiet because he doesn't have any questions for her, but he is eyeing the dragon chess game that is in mid-play and wants to see what the next move would be. He's definitely eyeing it.
Yes, my dear, if I may, how long now has the manor been under operation? Has it been long?
My lord, this manor, the Ashby Manor, has been functioning for a year and a half.
Yes, very well, yes. I knew that it was in the works, but I was not sure of its progress as I have been underway on this particular endeavor, which brings me here now.
The woman nods, um, seemingly disinclined to offer forth any more information than what's directly asked of her.
Sure.
So, if none of you have anything else to say to her, she will bow and leave you all to your devices. You all are alone in this room. If you would like to do anything, please say so.
As soon as they're alone, Lionel immediately goes over to the game and looks to see what position everything is in and what the next moves are likely from each opponent.
Roll me an intelligence check.
You gotta use your smarts.
I know. I'm proficient in dragon chess too.
Do it with advantage.
Proficient in the smarts.
17.
You recognize this immediately as the same move set that you lost.
Oh!
Oof.
Oh! Which side is the one that's winning? Was it the color I was playing, or is it the color that he was that they were playing?
That they were playing.
Oh! I think Lionel looks at the game board, recognizes this immediately, and is both infuriated but humbled at the same time as a reminder. And I think he wants to try and study it to see if there was any way, since it's been a while since it's happened, if there was any way he could have tried to get out of this particular maneuver.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. That's not good. Oh, okay. 18.
The urge to play, to make your move, to change the past,
Mm-hmm.
nearly overcomes you, but you resist it. The option to move a piece is yours and not taken from you.
I think as much as Lionel, I think Lionel reaches to move a piece to try and play the game, but he stops himself just as his hand is over the piece that he would choose to move for the color that he was playing and backs away. And there is cold sweat on him because it's not out of respect for the game that he backs away for these players to continue, whoever started this up, but it's much more out of fear of repeating the same mistake he did last time. And I think he takes a step back and he's like, "So, Reginald, who is this woman that we're dealing with in this manner? The one with the blonde hair, streaks, that obviously plays dragon chess."
That would be Ashby Bennett, the commander of the Night Fangs. Currently, I suppose regent is a fair term for the Fortuno holdings in the area of Leyland.
Is she a person that we actually want to deal with?
Well, I can tell you that she is a strategist and also is, I don't know if I'd use the term menacing, but potentially has a bit of a direct approach to some things. But, well, she has information that will assist us, and given my status and connection with you, I feel that we'll be in good holdings.
I hope so. And I think Lionel darts his eyes back to the chessboard for a moment and then just backs away from it. His nerves getting the better of him at this point.
What is Thorn doing?
I think Thorn's been pretty quiet this entire time because she's noticed the looks just from, in general, the people of Leyland. This is a larger city than she's used to because she's only really been in Fandalen. So I think she's letting Reginald and Lionel take the forefront in a lot of the interactions with people, and just kind of quietly following along, but observing everything. Because that's what she does. She's a hunter, so she has to notice things. I think that she notices Lionel's reaction to the chessboard. Doesn't say anything, but definitely clocks it. Maybe even smells the sweat that breaks off on him.
Oh, clearly. She will. It will be full of fear.
Clocks it, doesn't say anything about it, and then just kind of goes on all fours and starts going under the furniture just to explore. She's just Reginald's talking and she's underneath the couch he's on, just kind of peering out, being a menace. Maybe thinking about biting his ankles. She's not sure yet.
Well, as all of this is going on, you hear from the other side of this door as it opens and in walks Miss Ashby. "Oh, Reginald, a menace? Me?"
Well, yes, maybe a little bit.
Ashby is currently wearing an all black dress with silver jewelry embedded with sapphires. Her face shows a bit of age as she is human, but there is a youthfulness about her that seems to spring from a magical force. She appears fierce and yet elegant. But as she enters the room, she almost there almost seems to be a commanding aura around her. You all almost feel the need to listen to her. Almost. But she walks around the sofa and takes a seat as she pours herself some wine from one of the carafes there, giggling at your reproach. Ah, yes. Well, a menace as I am, I'm so glad you decided to accept my invitation. My Night Fangs and I have been nearly begging your father for an audience to show him our prowess, but he seems to dismiss us out of hand regularly. With a flick of her wrist, the fireplace up at the north end there lights. And for the first time, you actually notice that high above it, there is a very large um, head of a werebear in transformation with a grisly scar down its forehead and snout.
Great. If I wasn't uncomfortable, I sure as fuck am now.
I hope you will allow us a demonstration, and maybe you can return to your father afterwards, knowing that my fangs have this dragon under control.
Well, I mean, I certainly would welcome such a final moment involving this dragon. Finality will mean that I can return home as well. Something I'm much seeking, yes. But your invitation certainly lended me for my wants to come to see what all this magical machinations you have here really are all about. Because, well, that was quite something. That letter. I would hope that there are more tricks that you're hiding here.
You are sitting next to her, I take by your position.
Mm-hmm.
She leans forward and touches your arm. Oh, so many new things that I can show you. You have but to just say you'd like to stay, and we'll delve into the secrets of the magic together.
Well, definitely quite the offer. I would consider it greatly.
Please roll me a charisma save.
The wiles.
You can't help but feel a blush bloom across your cheeks as she speaks to you, her eyes and yours seeming to lock for maybe a little bit too long. But instead of that awkward, maybe shyness that, a young elf of your stature may normally experience, you feel a warmth in your chest and you feel a little bit more compelled to listen to her. Well, whether you stay or whether you return home, the offer will always be there, especially if you can help us get your father to listen to reason.
Well, I certainly have his ear on some things. Yes. I'm sure that if there's merit, we certainly can see about discussing with him in further detail.
Phenomenal. She opens her mouth to speak some more, but there is a quick tap at the door to the west, and a servant enters uh, to inform you all that dinner has been prepared and awaits you all. To which she will exclaim, "Excellent! We pulled out the exotics for your arrival, Reginald. I do hope you'll find them enjoyable. But come, let us feast." She will take your hand and pull you to your feet. And as if riding on your arm, the two will go arm in arm, and she will lead you to a seat directly across from her so that you all can gaze into each other's eyes as you eat.
I can just like feel Kita rolling her eyes.
I should have named her Coffee now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been awful. Poor Junie.
Hindsight 2020, goddamn.
You never outlive it.
In the dining hall, there are plates set directly next to each other for you all to sit right next to each other. The rest of the table is surprisingly barren of plateware, silverware. It is all filled with exotic meats. Plates have been set out specifically so that Ashby sits on the north and directly across from Reginald. On the platter, there is a roast boar, griffin wing and haunch, some sort of serpentine carcass cooked to a golden brown. If any of you would like to roll a check to see if you could tell what that meat is, feel free. We'll say either survival or intelligence. Oh, yeah. God damn. This is the succulent tail of a Yanti.
Oh. Okay.
Soylent Green is people.
Yeah. That was suddenly my thought.
Okay. As you all eat, there is plenty of opportunity for conversation. Ashby is digging in with a gusto, but as much as she shoves onto her plate, she still manages to keep that air of dignity and elegance about her. The wine flows, and if you are drinking more than one cup, I would like you to tell me.
I will be.
Thorn is not drinking at all, and is just keeping quiet during all of this conversation.
I will have at least one cup.
Reginald, I need a constitution check.
Let me give you my roll here. Not the best.
You feel the alcohol hit you after the second one. But as they eat, Ashby seems to clock you, Thorn. Reginald, you have such unique company, and you have so far failed to introduce them to me. So I suppose I must inquire myself. She will nod to you, Thorn. What is your name, child?
Thorn is not a child.
That's exactly.
She's at least 8 to 13 years old. Thorn is a teenager, maybe adult.
Thorn is definitely fully grown. She is an adult. Her eyes kind of narrow a little bit at that, though, but she just quietly says, "Thorn's name is Thorn."
Well, are you well, Thorn? You seem remarkably quiet to what my patrols tell me your actual nature is.
She doesn't like that either. Thorn doesn't like the city.
The city. So large and wonderful, and yet somehow so full of bigots. I can understand your disdain with us. I don't want to quite call us civilized because the civilized races are the ones that create the most war. But I do hope you'll find it in your heart to forgive us our nature of being mistrusting of that which we don't understand.
Thorn shrugs a little bit at that. People are people. Doesn't matter what race you are. There's always good people and always bad people.
And what do you call yourself then? Good or bad?
Thorn is Thorn. It's not Thorn's place to judge if Thorn is good or Thorn is bad. Thorn just does her best.
Then let it be mine, and let me tell you, you are doing wonderful if that is what you are doing.
No, Thorn doesn't like this person.
It's the first compliment you've gotten from someone. It is not one of us.
Don't like that thing.
Roll me a charisma save. Yes.
This is what you are. There you go.
There's an innate pull to heed her words, and once again, just that the way she speaks is very charismatic. Like you can tell she genuinely wants to be on your side, on your good side. But even as she speaks, you you recoil into yourself a little bit and resist her. And she clocks that. So she smiles gently at you before turning her attention to Lionel.
Uh-oh.
I'd love to say that I don't already know who you are, Lionel, but we've had dealings in the past, whether you
Whoa.
them or not.
I think Lionel looks up with his mouth half full. With ho!
Well, when I first started, you were still apprenticing as what was that gentleman's name? Something Allbang.
Alphonse!
Alphonse. How is Alphonse doing?
Fine. I haven't spoken to him in a year or more, so I don't honestly know.
I guess it's been about 2 or 3 since I've seen him, so. Well, that is a shame. If I remember correctly, though, you were on your way to becoming a notable smith. How was that journey? You don't have to answer that. I can see you're out adventuring, so must not be going too well. Forgive my teasing.
I think Lionel curls up on himself a little bit at that. The blade was not tempered properly.
It will be. But I suppose if I'm talking, I must be done eating.
Was that your game in the other room that you were playing?
She looks at you and she offers you the most gentle, charismatic smile you have ever seen.
Yet.
Please roll me a charisma save.
Just shut my mouth! I'm going to use my inspiration. 16.
You resist her, but she does not offer you an answer.
Oh, I don't. I think out of nervousness, what color was the one about to lose? Was it white or was it black?
because he would have
To
played
say-
white, I think.
To say that one of them was about to lose
Mhm.
is not correct. They are about evenly matched. This was early on in your game,
Mm,
before you made the fatal mistakes that led to your defeat. The one that led you to where you are now.
okay. I think what he will say out of nervousness as she just smiles and doesn't offer an answer, and he's still kind of caught up in the fluster from the previous with Alphonse and being reminded of that. He will just say, muttering, if white moves unicorn to b5, they are going to be in a lot of trouble. And he never looks her in the eye when he says this.
Well, she will turn her attention to you, Reginald. A squad of Night Fangs will be on a mission tonight, if you would like to see how they operate. They will have no idea that we are watching them, so it will be an honest view of what we actually are. I was planning on having a display of force tomorrow in the training yard, but my partner has made a suggestion to offer you this viewing. It will, however, be only us. Your friends are not allowed to see our secrets the way you are.
He's in the cups.
Yeah, I think. Well, yes, I would love to go see what there I can do.
Phenomenal. And this evening, I will have my attendant come collect you. For a moment, all three of you can notice that she seems subdued, as if while she made this offer with her own voice, it wasn't something that she herself wanted to do. And she, after a moment, well, it seems I am being called away to deal with some business. Please, explore the manor to your heart's content. The evening draws upon us. When you all are ready to retire to your rooms, I have rooms set aside for each of you. Uh, she goes to stand, but she sort of flinches. She holds the position for a second before standing up a little bit more sharply and leaving the room. You all are free to explore the first level of this manor, if you so choose. If you do not wish to do that, I can bring you all to the second floor, and we can continue on with the narration.
I think Lionel wants to, but he also wants. Are you sure you're going to be okay, Reginald? How much have you drunk?
Listen, it's not a concern to be concerned of.
Thorn's just giving them both like a side eye. Like it's not even like bombastic side eye. It is very much like an uncomfortable, I don't want to be here side eye. But Thorn will leave them both to their devices here and kind of just go on a little bit of a walkabout around the place.
I think if Thorn is going to walk about, because Lionel wants to explore also, and Reginald. Okay, well, if you're sure that going off on your own is going to be fine.
Yes, it would be fine. I will be in good hands and defenses.
I think Lionel will just he will grab his sending stone that he has. You just make sure if shit happens, you call.
Oh, I will. Yep, I will call you.
The attendant motions or waves at you. Lionel says, "He will be in good hands."
I'm sure he will. Just precautions on my end. And I will begin to explore the manor as well.
Go where you please, and I will narrate as you do.
Okay. I'm gonna go the opposite way, just to be an ass.
I don't actually want to leave, so that was just a door outside.
Yes, the outside is nothing but beautiful gardens. To the right, Reginald, you've already been in that room. To the left there, Thorn, you encounter another pseudo lounge. This one, I hate to narrate it like this because it's hard to narrate as it's a smoking lounge. It's very obvious that it's a hookah lounge. Those are cushions set into the floor for people to smoke whatever it is that they want to smoke. And it stinks in here for you.
I was gonna say, Thorn doesn't like this place. It smells funny.
It's the devil's hockey pucks.
I'm sorry, Lionel. You have encountered the orchestra room. There is a piano, a harp. The walls are lined with various string instruments and woodwinds. It seems to be fully stocked little room for music.
Huh. I think he'll take a look around and he'll definitely appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into each of these, but not being someone who works with this material, will not understand how any of this actually fucking works. Because this is just like, god damn. I think he'll take a look and he will say to himself, Fiorun would have liked some of these, I think. I think she played the harp. The harp? Or was it the lute? Shit. I don't remember. It's one of those.
Thorn?
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, he's just going to go down here and explore his part. So go on to Thorn.
Thorn, you have discovered a potting room where it seems the house gardener has set up a mini shop and is taking care of plants. There's actually somebody in here. I don't have an icon for them. I'm sorry. Uh, However, they make note of your presence. They kind of look a little bit wide eyed. They spot one of the guards nearby and you just wandering around. They nod at you and, feeling a little bit more reassured, continue about their work.
I think Thorn looks around at the plants that the guy is potting up. Are any of them familiar to her at all?
There actually are some. You see plants that you've seen around your village in that local area and the jungle altogether. Several flowers. There's this beautiful uh, dark orange that fades into a very light gold thistle plant with a very big bulb on top of it that your mother used to make into a very pungent herbal remedy. But you see plenty of plants that you recognize, even more that you don't, though.
I think she looks at just like one of the plants that she knows fairly well. And she kind of looks at the gardener. She's feeling a little off put by like his reaction to her, And she just points at it. You need to mix bone meal into that. It's not gonna grow if you just keep it in that pot. And she just fucking leaves. Dumb fucking gardener, don't know what you're doing. She doesn't say that last part. She's thinking it though.
Lionel, you have encountered a very large ballroom slash gathering room. On the southern end, there is 2 chairs, very throne-like. You can tell that this is probably where ceremonies are held, that Ashby has to either attend or hold herself.
Mhm. China would have liked this. Would love to have been here and just chronicle all this shit.
There are 2 suits of large Fortno armor on the eastern wall there that are, you can tell they're made more as display pieces, but they're still very functional. But they are like the honor guard type armors with the very flashy flares, the leather drape over the rear of the legs, very gorgeous deep blue sash going across the chest. All in all, very beautiful.
Such great work, but for all this flippery.
You notice
Mm-hmm.
as you're looking that one of them has the symbol of Allbang on them.
The symbol what? I'm sorry.
Of Allbang.
Oh.
Allbang
think-
Brothers.
Yeah. He looks for a moment and there's remorse there, but also a scowl creeps onto his lips a little bit. Just because he has so many mixed feelings in regards to all of this. At least he's still finding work, I guess. Does this look do these 2 pieces, I'll take a closer look again. Do these 2 pieces look similar to the design that he was working on the last time that I was there?
No.
Okay. Well, at least it's not that. Cursed fucking blueprint. Well, at least I know that they're in good hands with him for armor making. At least they all won't die easily.
Thorn, you have encountered the kitchen.
Oh no.
Jackpot giggles.
Normally, this would be well within Thorn's interest, but this place makes Thorn very uncomfortable. And I feel like Thorn probably didn't even eat much at dinner and stayed more in. Excuse you, cat. Stayed more into, like, I don't want to say natural foods, but like things that didn't really need to be cooked as much, like less processed foods, because she doesn't necessarily trust these people. And I think she kind of like glances over at everything with a little bit of interest, but her discomfort and unease in here just makes her immediately leave.
Very well. Lionel, you have encountered a hallway that leads back to the main hall that is coupled with a few staircases that lead up to the second level. They look like servants' staircases.
These 2, I imagine.
This one here and this one here. To your south is another set of doors that lead to the south.
With the guard there, I will point to the 2 doors to my north and south, be like, am I fine to open those, or are you going to try and take my hands off if I do?
If it's locked, don't try it again, but you are free to peruse this manor. In fact, encouraged to do so at the behest of Miss Bennet. So, carry on.
Understood. Thank you. And he will go for this one first.
Congratulations, you're back in the room that you started in.
Okay. With that, he will then go to the one in the south. Motherfucker!
It is a pseudo storeroom. It has two doors. The one to your right, or on the eastern side, is a storeroom.
Yep.
The one on the left is a privy.
At least I know where the bathroom is now. Good. Always important to find.
Thorn, you have encountered a servant's eating quarters. Not really too much there. There's a few servants who take note of you. One of them curtsies to you, and the rest seem nonchalant about you. If you would like to go upstairs, I'm just going to ask that you explore the bottom first. It's a whole new map that I have to load up, so. You have found a study. These walls are lined with books and desks and ink and quills and everything you would need to focus and do work
Boring things.
of a clerical kind.
Boring books. Reginald might like that place though.
That
Feel so called out.
I believe that completes the tour of the downstairs.
Looks like it.
Would you all like to continue up, or is there anything else you would like to do while down here?
I think once Thorn completes her laps around and like her basic exploration, she waits for the others at like the base of wherever the stairs would be to lead up to the thing. So like she's just gonna wait for the rest of the group to kind of reconvene.
Reginald, did you have anything you would like to do in your...
He's not really. He's kind of been just like meandering about the feasting hall, like looking at things on the walls and stuff, just kind of being in a semi sloshed state and just kind of be agreeable and enjoyable at the moment.
Your attendant is attending you then.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet, but still there. And Lionel, anything else you'd like to do?
No, because the last room that I really found was the room that we were first in, and that room just did not sit well with me, knowing what's in there now. Two things, man, two things! It's just like I opened that door, no.
Well, as you all sort of reconvene back in the dining hall, your attendant will see that you all are looking maybe a little bit tired and offer to escort you all to your rooms.
That
Which-
would be appreciated.
She does. Let me get you all over here. Character check.
Hold on, I gotta. I cannot see anything in the box.
Weird. Fuck. Why?
There we go. Now I do.
And why did not save? I wonder. Yeah. All right. Can you move?
Yep.
Good, good. So your attendant brings you upstairs and through some different rooms. I'm just going to group you all together and travel.
Mm-hmm.
She takes you off to the west No, why did you ungroup, you piece of shit? Stop it. And then down south, where she delivers Lionel and Thorn to your respective rooms. There is a single bed on the inside for each of you, as well as space to store whatever items you feel like storing. Reginald, however, you get brought back this way and down south a little bit into a what looks like a little lounge room that off to the right has a bathroom, and down here has a fireplace and a master bed and the
God
good
damn.
stuff.
Gets a fireplace, master bedroom, and his own pisser.
Before she will eventually, having delivered you all to your rooms, you will herself retire. If you all would like to explore the upstairs, now is the time. If not, then we will move forward with the storytelling.
I think Thorn's good on exploring. I don't think she wants to explore.
You all get the sense that this is the sort of private part of the household as well, so maybe
Yeah.
exploration not a super good idea, but if you want to, I'll allow it.
I think Lionel won't quote unquote explore in the rooms, but he'll just want to get like a layout of how the top floor is, just so that he knows, okay, Thorn is to his south, and then he's like, okay, where the fuck did Reginald go? Or get shoved off to?
Easy enough to find. He got shoved off over here.
Okay. Okay, through multiple doors. Excellent. Okay. So once he knows kind of where all that is, I think he is good also in terms of exploring the rest of the upstairs.
Very well. Well, with that all being said, then I'm going to start a few different narrations. There is an event for each of you, however, so I'm going to be reading one, but this only pertains to that player. However,
Yep.
I don't feel like kicking anybody out to just talk to that one player. I feel like this is a shared experience and that you all would appreciate it. However, try to keep in mind for your characters that this is only happening to them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Well, let's start off with Reginald. Reginald, as the afternoon wanes into evening, wanes into nighttime, the attendant will come to collect you again and bring you to Ashby Bennett's room. Get her on the board real quick. As you enter, Tira, the name of the attendant, or rather the attendant, ushers you in, bringing you into Miss Bennett's room. The lights are already dark, and in the center of the room, you see on this table, that little red dot on it is well, it almost looks like a magic portal, and through it you can see uh, several soldiers, similar to the kind that you have already encountered on the road. If you remember the two elves that you encountered on the road that had slaughtered so many orcs. Um, she motions for you to sit across from her so that you all can view, but she uh, puts her finger to her lips to indicate that you should be quiet. She will also cast a minor restoration on you so that you are no longer drunk. Through this portal, this mirror, you see a group of Night's Fangs. There's 4 of them. They seem to be stalking something through the night. This something comes into view relatively quickly once a triggering event occurs. It's hard to see what that actually is, but it appears to be that one of them got spotted. There's a flash of blades and a very coppery uh, skin tone, and a being so massive that the portal can't actually capture all of him. Uh, Claims most of the viewing space, and you hear the familiar sound of blades slicing flesh and the screams of men dying. Before Ashby reaches forward and places her hand, kind of like we do on a camera lens, and zooms out. And as the full picture comes into view, you recognize a particular lizard folk of 4 arms and towering stature. One that may have told you to write that down. He is gored, bloodied, uh, blood all over the place, and around him are 4 bodies, literally torn to pieces. The Night Fangs having failed whatever mission they were on. And Ashby grabs the quote-unquote camera, the portal, and zooms in on, you recognize this one as Coria's face. And you can see her scrutinizing every little detail as you watch Coria pass out from blood loss. And as he passes out, the image fades to black. The candles around the room, lit a deep purple, give the room a very purple glow. She looks to you and says, "I do not have them hunting lizard folk. I wish to tell you this beforehand because I know of your adventures with Thorn. However, they do have orders to keep the roads safe, and any lizard of that size could be a threat to any of our common men."
That seems a bit extreme to me. I don't know his nature directly in this instance, but I've met him before, and I certainly he was a bit haughty, but I don't know that he would be a threat to anyone on the road, that is.
Well, while you may understand that, and while I may, through you, understand that, depicting that to the common foot soldier, depicting that to my Night's Fangs, whose only orders that I can give them are to keep the roads safe, is a little bit different. But be that as they may, and she leans back a little bit, seemingly exhausted, uh, they should not have fallen to a beast like that. And as she says those words, uh, specifically calling Coria a beast, you sense that you're not alone with her in this room. And a very deep, smooth voice rolls out, and I won't do this justice, I apologize. But, yes, because they are beast makes them less of a threat. I told you not to hunt them anymore. Your fangs got what they deserved for disobeying you. And as if I hate to describe it this way, but as if, like, you know, when you've got those stereos and the music plays and it's got those little bars that measure in tandem with the beats, the candles flare with this gentleman's voice. Uh, and from seemingly nowhere, as if produced by the shadows around the room themselves, uh, a very tall individual will appear. It's hard to make him out, his skin tone helping him blend into the atmosphere. But Ashby will stay silent at this individual's admonishments before sitting up proper and ladylike, folding her hands in her laps and saying, Master Reginald, I'd like to introduce you to my partner, Lord Dominique Falshaburn. And with that, Dominique will bow. A pleasure to meet another Fortino. A shame your talents are squandered chasing after unneeded recognition. He will approach Ashby and place a hand on her shoulder before moving her hair to trace the scar that runs around her neck. As his finger moves, the silvery mark turns purple and runes dart forth. I'd like you to please roll me an Arcana check.
Sure. $23. Oh, some
Sorry.
funnies, some funnies going on.
Pinks is being a moron.
Okay.
He was fucking with the closet door. Like, he does this thing where he likes to scratch walls sometimes. And he, like, ran over to the closet door and, like, started scratching the door. So I went psst at him to get him to stop. And he, like, went to turn real fast and smacked head first into Luke's giant Lego box.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't mean to, I don't mean to
Okay.
interrupt the moment.
Reginald, you recognize these marks as the marks of a warlock. Dom sighs, though. The dragon menace is growing. Orcs have been driven from their mountainous homes and fall in line with their half-orc priests. You've seen them already, these anchorites of Talos. They bear power and are not to be dismissed out of hand, as my pet has done. As he speaks, he grabs Ashby's jaw to force her to look into his eyes, and continues droning on. Already, Butterskull Ranch is coming under threat. Axholm lies in ruins, sealed off to the world. Only a matter of time before the orcs take the place and fortify against you. Beasts driven out of their homes now look for new ones in the mines northeast of Fandalen, and ever still the woodland manse attains more and more followers. He releases her as he finishes that last sentence, kind of throwing her aside as if she's nothing to him. But he stares at you. This plane has hit a run of bad luck. Alex could have done worse to balance the scales, but he also could have done better. Prove us all wrong, Fortino. These problems are yours as the heir to your father's ambitions. That last word he kind of lingers on, smirking with it.
Well then, That is quite a statement. I'm not sure how I really feel about that. I know that there is the burden that I will have to carry, that for my father and the continuation of the business and the line. However, I'm not sure what these ambitions you speak of really are.
Dominic struts the length of the room, sort of pacing back and forth before he side eyes you with these deep purple eyes, eyes that you could almost fall into. It's like staring at the galaxy through an unfiltered lens. But he'll say, ambitions are what make us. Fortno. You will have to come to terms with your own and your father's. But whatever path you choose, leadership is a role made for you. A role you are being groomed for. You'd best embrace it soon, else the common man that your family speaks so highly of will suffer for it. Ah, Dominic, not waiting for your reply, uh, takes a few steps forward into a wall, sort of melding with the shadows, and is gone.
Well, quite a partner you have there, certainly.
As if shaken, she takes a steadying breath. I'm sorry you had to witness that, Lord Reginald. I wish I could tell you about him now, but my oath prevents me. The only thing I am allowed to say is that he is not your enemy, and you need not fear him. But the night is growing older as we speak, and I apologize, but the spell casting has taken a toll on me. Perhaps we can continue in the morning, and I can show you some of the Night Fang's more useful inventions.
Yes, that sounds all well. I obviously know that the trolls that such magics can place upon oneself, so I will leave you to the remainder of your evening.
Thank you. And with that, Tira will escort you back to your room. Before I move on, is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, I think that's good.
Very well. Lionel.
Yes, sir.
Lionel, as you're winding down for the evening, a shadow will peel itself off from the wall and take the familiar form of Dominique Falcoburn. I see our time apart has done you no favors. Yeah, says as he slowly strides from the wall. To think your life would fall so far apart over a little game of chance.
Fuck you.
He struts over to the wall, staring out of the window for a second. You never did give up, did you? Even after being blamed for the theft of those plans. Do you even know what they were for, I wonder? I suppose it doesn't matter. Ever just another step in a never ending journey.
What do you want?
Oh, don't treat me so. I thought we were friends, you and I. After all, we've shared something so intimate.
You made a bet with me that I was foolish to take. I will not repeat the same mistakes again.
Oh, you can't fool me, young Lionel. I know what your game is. You're going through all of this just for another game with me, don't you lie. I know you want it back.
So you set that up downstairs. Should
Ah,
have
I
known.
thought you'd get a kick out of it.
Almost. Almost made the same mistake again in that game. At least I know what to look for now.
Hmm. Yes, and to think you almost have a full set. How many pieces do you have now? Let's see. The unicorn, the hero, the dragon, the warrior, he says as he waves a hand in front of you, and the coins that you have been collecting appear in between his fingers. He tosses the coins onto the bed as he counts them. Powerful pieces, to be sure, but you'll need more than that to battle against me. But if you'd like to place your luck, or lack thereof, against mine, I'd be happy to offer a counter wager.
Say I was even willing to listen to this, what would it be?
Earn just 2 more coins, and I will double them to complete your set. And you can have your challenge against me on fair grounds. Fail, and I will claim the coins that you have and any fortune you claim thus. And you'll start from square one once again.
Throw in information where I can find the living metal that you so loudly flaunted in my face, and you have a deal.
I'll do you one better. You want a hand. A hand weighs 16 ounces. For every coin you collect, and that I double should you win our little wager, I will turn 1 coin into 1 ounce of living metal. And as if to illustrate his point, he waves his hand at those coins that he tossed on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and they shift and turn into that metal that you're so familiar with.
You even know why I originally took your stupid game?
I do.
It's a deal.
He offers you a hand.
Is this how he kind of sealed the contract last time, too, that we did this?
Yes.
Can I try and get a read on exactly what he is now that I've had time away from him, and I've tried to find stuff out about him, but I could never find anything? Do I at least... Is there a way I can at least have an inkling, maybe, of just what he is?
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
You could speculate all night, but you'll get no information out of me.
I think I will stare at the hand for a while, probably longer than would be normal, but I will eventually take it, and at first my grasp with it is not very firm, but I think as it ends, it becomes very firm and I will hold on to it. I will hold you to your end of the bargain and I will win.
For a fleeting second, you watch as his smile fades and flickers, and he leans forward till his face is a mere inch from yours, and you're unable to pull away. And the magic that's binding your contract with him takes hold and paralyzes you in place for a moment. And he says, I'm counting on it. Then the magic takes its toll and he releases you. And he takes off his hat and gives you a bow the same way that he did before. And the shadows of the room grow darker as the candle is somehow snuffed out. And he is gone.
I think I go over to the bed, collect the coins, hold them in my hand, and look at them. Put them back into the pouch that I have them in just for them. And I kind of just put my head in my hands and I say, what have I done? Have I could just condemned her again to lose hope?
You get a whiff of pine needles. Anything else you'd like to do for the evening?
No. I think he's just going to sit and contemplate what he's done. The one thing he didn't want to do initially, but he knew he had to do.
Very well. Then Thorn.
No. I refuse.
As Thorn beds for the evening, starts to drift into a not so easy slumber, she is accosted by dark dreams. White wings fly overhead, but instead of fear, she will feel emboldened. Rage against those not of the dragon. Pictures of Lionel hitting her in the chest with a cracking thunder enrage her. Images of her rapier thrust into the abdomen of the one who hurt her fill her with glee, and feasting on his flesh to sate a never ending hunger fills her with happiness, but only so briefly. As she eats, there is a feralness in her. She is a queen amongst beasts, and she still hungers. The elf is skinny, but in his veins flow magic. He is royal magic, and the royal ones always taste a little better. Your belly rumbles, and your hand reaches for a rapier, only to flash to it gripping Reginald's throat with sharpened claws. Dragon's claws. You open your mouth to enjoy your first bite, but pause. Please roll me a wisdom saving throw. You grip tighter and you tear Reginald's throat out. And as if you yourself are the one being consumed, you find yourself falling into a never ending blackness. Gravity pulling its way at you. A cold creeps through your body, and you feel yourself, your willpower, struggling against something so immense. It's hard for you yourself to describe, to fully understand it. And as you struggle, you hear these words, words that are spoken in a voice familiar to you that you've never actually heard. You are my speaker. You will not fall prey to the dragon's influence. Please roll me another wisdom saving throw. You fall a little bit deeper into despair as this will encloses around your own. A little bit of panic grips you as you look all around you, trapped within your own mind, before another voice reaches out to you. Another test for you, my child. Conquer them as you have all the others. Yubaba's voice. Please roll me another wisdom saving throw. At this point, the walls crack around you. A force emanating from your own willpower. Jesus Christ. Did he do it again? Are you good? The walls around your mind seem to crack and shift, and you seem to start recalling memories of your own, anything that brings you joy, the adventure that you've had thus far, the foods you've eaten, the promise of more, and honestly, the company that you've been keeping. People that aren't so bad in this world, and a world that treats your kind pretty poorly. Please roll me another wisdom saving throw. Wake, daughter, and be free of this. The voices of your parents call to you. And memories of them flood you, and the memories of your family. And that final wave of your inner freedom, your inner power, that willpower shatters those walls that were trying to grip you and control you. You wake up in a cold sweat, but almost feel as if you're being embraced by those that love you. But as you wake, there's a note of fear that runs through you as well, because you're fairly certain that you heard the door click shut.
Hi, Gail.
So the time is actually 11:03. I apologize for running a little bit later. I know that I can run on. We'll pick this up next week.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
Dramas.
Lots of drama.